I was an angry woman, or rather I was an angry girl that became an angry woman. Most times not always visibly, because I had learned, enough armor to manage those emotions on the outside. But underneath the composure was a fire that I did not fully understand, and I certainly did not know how to manage. For many years, I treated my anger as a character flaw, something to be ashamed of, something to suppress, something to pray away. But I'm so grateful that God met me right in the middle of it instead of shaming me out of it. Truth is, anger that is not dealt with does not disappear. It goes underground and eventually comes out sideways. Most times my anger would come out impulsively before I had a chance to even catch it, much less process it. And 9 times out of 10, I would regret it immediately, right there in the very moment. The shame spiral after such an impulsive rage or outburst is its own special kind of internal torture. And I use the word torture because I would find myself being angry at the thing or person that hurt me, but also angry at myself for responding the way I did, because I knew that I was giving that thing too much power over me. And I'll also be angry because I would feel like that anger made me unlovable. But what I had to learn eventually was that my being angry or that anger was not my enemy. It was the fact that I was not processing the anger. My anger was actually information. And when I finally gave God room to show me what was underneath it, I discovered a lot of things that began my healing process. Out of all the things that I did discover when I began to sit with myself to understand the source of my anger, the one that broke my heart the most was that I found a little girl who just needed to be heard for a very long time. And she just felt like no one was hearing her. And she just found herself screaming louder and louder and louder in the hopes that someone would finally listen. And I'm so grateful that I've finally given that little girl the audience that she needed. Anger is an emotion. God gave us emotions. We are allowed to feel angry. Even Jesus at some point was angry. The difference is we cannot let anger dwell within us. The scripture says, do not let the sun go down on your anger. Which means that the Bible is acknowledging that you are going to get angry sometimes. But if and when you do, process it and release it. Don't hold on to it. Don't meditate on it. Don't sit on it, because that's when the danger comes into play. There's a difference between a righteous anger, which is a response to injustice, and the reactive rage that comes from a pain that has been waiting too long for a witness. The invitation from God to you is not to perform peace that you do not have, but rather is to honestly bring your anger to Him and let Him show you what it is covering. Because what it is covering is almost always some sort of grief, and God can hold all of it.